Well, here we are again in the same situation as yesterday. The phone's telling me we're doing a close-up, but I'm not seeing that we are. Gotta wait for the first person to say something in chat before I know whether or not this is doing anything. Okay, there we go. I guess it is. We'll just go with it. I don't know why we're having so much trouble with this app that we're using, but I'm glad to see everybody in chat. So here we are in the living room with our new gingerbread house. As you can see, it is quite large. It is easily big enough to contain an adult human, if you can squeeze through the door or take the top off. And certainly some kids. It's made for human children to play in. But what we've got here is Rue playing with a fur mouse that she really enjoys. And Tommy, who's been her play buddy the whole time that she's been around, except Tommy has generally played with her tail when she's wearing a suit, and she's a little bit deactivated. So it's going to be really interesting to see with her suit off today, which, by the way, it's just off because I didn't put it on this morning. So if we feel like it, we'll put it back on her. But it'll be interesting to see how much play from Tommy she puts up with. You can see she's already getting a little bit and she's fine with it, which is just so cool that Tommy has found a cat that he can actually play with. He doesn't get any of that from the faculty, even Custard so much. They played a little bit, but now they don't, at least not that I've witnessed lately. And then he plays with the other kittens. I think he does pretty well, but they always end up yelling at him. But here he is playing with Rue, and it seems like they are at perfect speed for each other. She spent a lot of effort teaching him how to be polite, if you remember. At first, she would yell at him and smack him and tell him to calm down, and now he's really learned the lesson from her, as you can clearly see. I should also mention how soft he is because you can't feel him. But of all the cats in the house, he's got the silkiest, softest fur of everybody. It's so thick too. It's real thick, silky fur. I always think of is it Filbert or somebody? I always think of as being just so thick, silky fur. He's got that going on. She's having a lot of fun with that mouse, and I think he wants to play with it too. Anyway, hey, let's go look at some other cats and kittens. I'm going to probably keep today's close-up a little short. I just started it because they were playing in there, and I wanted you guys to see, and there's no camera that really gets a good view in there. Loganberry having a yawn outside. Anyway, there's no camera that really shows what's going on in there completely, and I wanted everybody to see that, so that's why we started this. But everybody else is out and active, and they're playing a little bit right now, so it's good times. Filbert had the pregnancy hormones, though. Yes, he did. Yep, you're right. That accounts probably for it. Might account for it with Tommy, too. Who knows? So this is Hustle, has come out to say hello to us. Hi, Hustle. How you doing, big guy? Laura, why do they have to wear the suits for so long is a good question, because I think most mom cats, we've had them, resolve their situation quicker than this. But for some reason, Rue and Muriel still are producing a little bit of milk. And when I say some reason, I don't know if it's a big mystery. These kittens have had a tendency to get their head in the suit and end up nursing a little bit. And as long as they can keep nursing, mom's going to keep producing milk. So that's my guess as to what's going on. It's not, if it were more effective, it would, have to be on less because they probably would have sort of dried up by now, right? Which is what you expect. But it's not a huge deal either now that Rue is all healed up. If she wants to nurse her kittens a little bit here and there, not a big deal. On the other hand, for Muriel, I probably should get the suit back on her. I got to go to the post office and see if the bigger size suits that Joy sent arrived today or not. Because the bigger suits in the other style might be more effective. The thing about Muriel is she is still working on clearing some kind of an infection that is probably what did the doc say, pancreatitis. So she's still working on clearing that, and as long as she's still sort of working on it, the doc had suggested keeping the suit on her so that she can use more of her calories for herself and fewer for the kittens, which I think is a good plan. And again, it's one of those things where you don't have to be 100%. If they nurse a little bit here and there, you're fine as long as, you're just stacking the deck in her favor. It doesn't mean that it has to go her way 100% of the time, right? I think that makes sense to everybody. So anyway, that's the long answer to why they're wearing the suits for so long. Basically, the short version is because they don't work too well. Because the more that the mom cats figure out how to subvert them, the longer you got to go for it to have the effect you want. Look at that. That was just Rue playing with Tommy. So sweet to see that. Of course, the trouble with Rue is that she's decided that this area is her kitten's area. And she allows some of the faculty to come back here sometimes, but some of the faculty she doesn't allow to come back here. Anytime that she sees them, she's on edge, and you can see that she's watching them like a hawk. And then if they go just a little too far, she runs and growls and corners them, and then they just have to sit in the corner and stare at each other, because that's how that ends up resolving for them. She just sits and stares at them because she's not going to attack anybody very much. But once they're cornered and she can, just sit there and keep them in the corner, she's okay with that. So that's been a little difficult, and is a reason that you might see us put a suit on her. It slows her down a little bit, and she's a little less, protective of her territory. But it's just, again, a matter of degrees. She's still kind of protective. The suit does not a cure-all, or it's not a miracle fix, but it helps a little. And like I said, she's not too bad about it anyway. I don't think she would really hurt another cat, but she's very clear when she wants them to back off a bit. It's just so fun to see her being active and playful, even though sometimes that energy goes to evil. To evil? Evil's a bit of a hyperbole, but you get it. Oh, yeah, Etch's collar's actually in my pocket. I need to put it back on him, or it was in my pocket. Now I think it's on my desk upstairs. Smart. Not like we don't know who he is. Etch, where's your collar, buddy? Yeah, you left it. You took it off yesterday, and I never put it back on you. It was in my pocket. I was carrying it around so I could put it back on him. Oh, good job. Good job, Sham. You just squished everything. Etch and I were having fun in the cat ball, and you just jumped right on top there. That didn't work. Oh, Josh, my sweater looks good. My sweater is the LL Bean jacket that was sent to me. Actually, it was sent for Christmas, I think, or Christmas or my birthday a few years ago by Lucia, who's been a viewer and correspondent of Kitten Academy since the early days. And it's certainly, I wouldn't encourage anybody to send us this kind of stuff. It's way too nice, but I do love it. I've loved it almost to death at this point. It's got some, because it's been washed so much, see, it's got a little bit of the what do you call that on the end, piping? I don't know if that piping is the right word. Bias? I don't know. Anyway, I still am going to wear it because I just love it. It's very fuzzy. Yeah, trim works. We'll just call it trim. So this is Caper and Etch. That reminds me, I was going to say about Caper, he's eating very well now. But just because it seems like we've got almost everything under control at the moment, I decided to go ahead with that food experiment. Maybe you heard me talking about food experiment. We wanted to sort of see if a different food is something that might end up with a little bit better poops overall, and might be something that we like to serve a little better. We're just trying some different things, and we've got a selection of different foods. And today, this morning's breakfast was the first time that we tried a new food on the kids. We're going to stick with that same food for about 3 days. and see how it goes. If we like it, if we don't, then we're going to try a different one for about 3 days and see how we like it, if we do. So it's not worth getting into which foods or what. We'll talk about them if we like them, or if the cats particularly like them, or if it becomes relevant. But suffice it to say, today was not Fancy Feast. In fact, today was not chicken. It's the first time that we've served something that wasn't chicken in as long as I can remember for a meal. So it's all salmon, and one of the things that we did was we made sure there was no chicken in it, just so we could get different proteins. And if anybody was having trouble with chicken, it wouldn't be trouble. But we don't know. Again, it's sort of it's not a very well controlled trial. So so there's a lot of things that could fall to our bias or our own notions or preconceptions about how things should go. It's not very scientific at all, but we're having fun. Something to try. And I think that some of the kittens this morning really liked the idea of trying something new. Tommy, for instance, was so excited he had to go and lick all the cans while I was still getting the food ready. And then I think some of them are a little less enthusiastic, like Custard, who does not like anything except for his chicken Fancy Feast. Doesn't even like treats, you'd be surprised to learn, given how overweight Custard tends to be. And he was not into it yet, but like I said, we're going to try it for a solid few days, and then we'll make decisions about what's next. So, there's Tommy. Tommy, what you doing, bud? He is so funny and cute. He's really turned out to be a very good boy too. Yeah. He preloads those chomps, just like some other cats that we've known. Was that Rye that did that all the time? He's always preloading the chomps, but at least now he's learned not to actually apply them more often than not. When it comes to people, at least. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, hang on. Here it comes. I like how Rue came over here to be police when she heard Caper making all that noise. She was like, I got to go in there and stop whatever's going on. But I also like the way that she's restrained, and she came over, but she didn't feel like she had to take any action after that. That shows like she really gets it. She's judicious in her application of force. Which I like. I like that quite a bit. I think Rue's just a good cat. And then, of course, Muriel's even cooler than Rue. She doesn't get concerned in the first place, which is good, I think, for most of us, in these controlled circumstances. It's better to have somebody that doesn't ever get concerned when there's humans around all the time to get concerned for them. They don't have to do it. So I think that's good. It's a lot of noise from Caper, but he obviously is enjoying it because he could just walk away, and he's not doing that. There, see? Just walk away, bud. You'll find another target. It may be almost time for a Tom out. I heard, by the way, there's this really, really cool, if you're on our Discord, you may have seen a really cool Time for a Tom out t-shirt design. And I heard a rumor that it may be on our store today. It's not there yet as far as I know, but soon. I'm very excited about it. I don't know if anybody else is going to want one, but I am very excited for that shirt. I'll be sure to let you all know when it actually is there. Oh, what are you kvetching about, Kvetch? Listen to all that complaining. You started it, bud. Oh, Lady Dragonstrike, how's Splotch doing? You know, I think she's actually doing, I think she's improved. You know, one thing I can say is she definitely is showing less snot at her nose. So that seems good. And she's definitely acting more active, which is also good. So I'm very happy about Splotch's progress. I don't know where she is right now, though. Oh, is that her over there? Was that etch? I mean, the scroll. The scroll. I meant scroll. Hi, Maggie. What are you doing in here? Look, what are we supposed to do about all the Maggie on television these days? I put a static on the TV because I thought it would be fun, and I thought it would make this more interesting for them to go into. But I don't think they've been in there since I put it on. Actually, since before. They didn't enjoy this TV as much as I thought they would. Of course, they have so much else to do. It's just not in the right place. They don't like to be in here anymore. They like to be out here anymore. Let's see if we can't find Splotch before we're done. Of course, this is Trace right here, having fun with the, she's playing with a mouse on the, oh, she's put a mouse into the ball track. I'm back out again. All right. This is Hijinks, as you know. Tommy, Caper, nobody in the cat ball at the moment. A lot going on in the gingerbread house, though. Oh, that's Hustle. The fun thing about these pop-up tents, even the big or small, is they're made of this like nylon that you can, it makes this noise when you scratch on it. It sounds like you're scratching a record. And it's very attractive to the kittens, especially when they're on the other side of it. It's a fun game. When they can't see what you're doing, but they can hear it. Oh, very fun. This is how I lose a finger, though. Anyway, that works just as well on the little pods, made out of the same material. Except there's nobody in this one. They're not coming. That's all right. Okay, there's Caper again. He's having a wrestle, this time with Squiggle. Hi, Squiggle. It's fun to see the two classes interact, isn't it? The fact that they have 2 weeks age difference doesn't really show so much. Of course, Caper's the smallest in his group and Squiggle's the biggest in her group. So I guess that's why they end up looking so much the same age. Oh, here's Mural having a nap at her secret spot up here where no kittens find her. Hi, Mew Mew. Yeah, oh, you're very silky too. You feel like a long-haired Tommy. What are you looking at now, buddy? Hustle. Look at those big eyes on Hustle. All right, kids, don't knock over that lamp. What we got back here? This is Gimmick and Gambit, the two G-men. Little G-men, these boys. So fun, these two boys. Oh, yeah. All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to go a little further afield to find Splotch. Sham settled down up here on top of the cat tree. Hi, Sham. You're very pretty. I don't mind taking a quick look just to see if we missed anything. as far as the splotch goes, but I don't think I can go upstairs to the bedroom